Hey guys, it's Sim, and this is Wrestling Unlimited, as it's Friday, and that means tonight is Friday Night Smackdown. Now, I gotta address an idiot in the live chat. Clippers fan, when did I ever say Tiffany was out for a month? Please tell me where I said Tiffany was out for a month. I never made a video about that. Actually, I never even made a video about Tiffany being injured at all. I never made a post about it. I think the only post I made, let me see. I can even go back and look. The only post I made, I know without even having to look. Only post I made was saying that she was pulled from NXT this week. Other than that, I haven't reported or stated anything else. So to say that I said that she's out for a month, wrong. You're the liar, dumb shit. Don't be in here saying that I lied when I didn't say that at all. I never said anything. I never even said Tiffany was hurt. I was going to make posts about it because the damn new jobs got me so busy I didn't have time to make a post about it. I was going to do a video about it last night and got home later than expected. But still, regardless, I never said anything about Tiffany out for a month. So you want to come in here and start shit? I'll give you one opportunity to apologize or I'll ban you. If you don't apologize, you're banned. Because I'm sick and fucking tired of all these people coming here. You lied. And it's one thing if, like, I aggregated a report that ended up being wrong. That's one thing. But I never, ever said anything about Tiffany being hurt. Tiffany, yes, according to Brian Alvarez, is under concussion protocol. Or at least was under concussion protocol, but they don't feel like she's good enough to wrestle tomorrow. The match is supposed to take place tomorrow, as we've seen on the t-shirt. So instead, they feel she'll be good enough to go by next week. But there is nowhere that you can find on the internet that can credit back to PW Unlimited saying anything about her being injured. Others have aggregated, and others have reported. Not me. She did get hurt doing that moonsault last week and smacking the back of her head. I said it on our review. Ooh, that didn't look good. Hopefully she didn't hurt herself. That's all I said. Other than that, you can go to hell, as Khan Supa Newsumpone would say in King of the Hill. Go to hell. With all of that, SmackDown was just all right. As a go-home show for the pay-per-view tomorrow, it was just all right. And what was with these? You want to talk about lying? R-Truth lied tonight twice. Because R-Truth said, you got cable with ESPN? Just log in and there you go. Just log in. Most providers give it to you. No, they don't. Only 5 providers give it to you. 5. And one of them you only get it because they're owned by the same company. ESPN is owned by Disney. Hulu is owned by Disney. So of course, Disney's going to give it to you for free if you pay them $80 for Hulu Live TV. You said that 2 days ago, and you probably removed the video. And you're gone, lying ass son of a bitch. Not even just timed out. You're just gone. Tell me. And I know I just banned him so he can't respond. Is there another Pro Wrestling Unlimited on YouTube trying to pretend to be me? Because I've had that happen before. I swear to God. About 3 years ago, we're Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Somebody else made I think it was P Wrestling Unlimited, used my logo, was re-uploading my videos, and making their own fake news videos. So, I mean, is there someone else trying to... Let's look on YouTube really fast. Let's go search YouTube. Is there another fake Pro Wrestling Unlimited or something? Because I've shut one down before, and I'm not afraid to shut another down. Let's look really fast. If I type in Pro Wrestling Unlimited on YouTube, it should just come up me. But if we just search here really quickly, me, Pro Wrestling Unlimited, it's all just coming up me. No, they didn't. WWE even put the R-Truth videos on YouTube. R-Truth explains how to download ESPN app and watch WrestlePalooza. Yeah, he explained it but then also gave false info. So many people are going to be confused tomorrow. So many people are going to be fed up and go, I can't get this to work. I don't got it. I'm not paying 30. Yeah. So many people. So many people. But I'm looking here. Yeah, there's no other Pro Wrestling Unlimiteds or no one else trying to be me that I can see. Like I said, about 3 years ago, I want to say it is now. About 3 years ago, I just shut one down because they were P Wrestling Unlimited, using my logo, re-uploading my videos, and making their own. Nerve. The nerve. And I mean, maybe there is, and I just can't find it because it's just not popping up for me. You know what I mean? Let's try this. Let's try P Wrestling Unlimited. That's what the last one was. No, not that I could find. But yeah, like, don't say, oh, so you said it 2 days ago. Maybe you deleted the video. I don't delete any fucking video. So again, go to hell. But regardless, Smackdown was just an all right show, if I'm going to be completely honest. I didn't think it was really anything special. The Corey Graves taking 2 F5s was interesting because it's like, we've seen the guy since he's retired. I mean, no one ever fully retires from wrestling. But, hey, GTA for life, you want to get banned too? That's not cool, block people. Well, I'm not going to also let people come in here and call me a liar. I'm not going to let people come in here and disparage my good name that I've built the goodwill of for the last 10 years. I'm not going to have someone come in here and try to discredit me and make me look bad, make me look like a liar. No. Fuck them. And if they want to do that, I even told him I didn't say that. This is what I said. I gave him all the examples of what I did and didn't say. And he still wants to say and make shit up. Oh, you said it 2 days ago. You probably deleted the video. That gets you banned. And if you don't like it, you can leave. I don't really care, GTA for life. Because you're another one of them that likes to come in here and call me out for lying when I don't lie. Say I say things that I didn't say. So do you want one too? I'm not afraid to do it. I'm in my don't give a shit mode. Thank you, Jack Dawson, for the super chat. He said SmackDown was okay. With Palooza, what match are you most excited to see? The mixed tag, Cody McIntyre for the WWE title versus Lesnar. So, mixed tag for sure, because I want to see how AJ does. And then probably Brock and Cena. I want to see that dynamic and how they do that match. Is it going to be a classic Brock beats the shit out of Cena for the whole thing and then Cena gets the win? Is it going to be more 50-50? I'm interested. I'm interested in Brock and Cena. So, those two matches for sure. And then Cody Drew, it's just going to be a great main event. Like, if they're allowed to go out there and have the match I think they're going to have, it's just going to be hopefully a great main event. I don't want to see, like, Randy get involved or anything. Honestly, I would like to see Drew beat Cody for the belt, but the way SmackDown ended tonight with Cody getting laid out, I don't see that happening. I don't see it happening. Thank you, Elite, for re-upping as a channel member for 17 months. Really do appreciate that. He says Corey Graves had that F5 coming. LOL, LOL. He really did. He really did. Actually, no. A little bit. But also you could say Michael Cole is now known for getting his broadcast partners hurt. Getting his broadcast partners beat up. First Pat, now Corey. Shit, I'm out of drink. But very interesting. Very interesting for sure. With all of that, I want to say thank you for joining us here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. Remember, if you are watching live on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can help us out by hitting that donate button down below, or by donating Twitch bits in the live chat. Also, remember, you can help us out by subscribing to the channel one of two different ways. You can either subscribe with a tiered subscription, or you can subscribe with Amazon Prime, because remember, if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming. Prime Gaming gives you a lot of cool things like free games, free stuff for games, and you always get one free subscription to any Twitch channel you want to subscribe to throughout the month, and I greatly appreciate it if you did right here for Wrestling Unlimited. Also, remember, help us out over on YouTube. Help us out over there. Hit that subscribe button. That way you know we post new videos. That way you know we go live, and that way you know when we post to the community tab. Also, remember, you can help us out by becoming a channel member. Hit that join button. You'll become a channel member. Even if it's just the $1 tier, we greatly, greatly appreciate that. You get a badge next to your name. You get emotes and emojis, that you can use in the live chat. You get access to our graphics packages and our graphics tutorials. And finally, remember, if you want to be like Jack Dawson, get your comment, question, or concern read live on the air, you can do so by donating a super chat in the live chat. Or if you're subscribing as a channel member or re-upping your subscription as a channel member, you can put your comment there and we'll read that live on the air as well, just like we did for Elite Tiss. Finally, head over to the Epic Game Store. Head over to the Epic Game Store and buy something. Whether you're buying a new game, whether you're buying an old game, whether you're claiming a free game or getting bucks for Rocket League, Fortnite, or Fall Guys, use this code right here, PW Unlimited, at checkout, and you will be supporting us at no extra cost. The Power Rangers are back in the shop, so if you want to go get them, the Red Ranger, the Blue Ranger, the Black Ranger, the Pink Ranger, the Yellow Ranger, go buy them and put our code at the bottom where it says, yes, support a creator code. You want another John Cena skin? Go get his Peacemaker skin. That is also available in Fortnite. Also, you a big Sonic the Hedgehog fan? You like Sonic? You like Knuckles? I don't know if they're out yet, but they're coming soon. Sonic and Knuckles shoes coming to Fortnite. When buying anything in the Fortnite shop, whether that's on your PlayStation, your Xbox, your Switch, your phone, your tablet, your computer, your Amazon Fire Stick, and so forth, put this code in the store. PW Unlimited. Also, not sponsored. Would love to be sponsored. Go get yourself Urban VPN. Don't want to pay $30 tomorrow to watch WWE WrestlePalooza on ESPN? Well, just go on your internet browser, type in Urban VPN download, and then you got two options. You can either just download the client itself, or you can download the Chrome extension. Either way, it's going to allow you to watch WrestlePalooza on Netflix. All you got to do is change your location to Canada, United Kingdom. Singapore's been working really good for me with quality. Just change it to one of them, and you're good to go. Like I said, for a while I was using Canada. Then someone said try Australia, and that was giving me even better quality. Then that kind of dipped a little. Then Singapore was working really well for me. That kind of dipped a little. And tonight, Canada worked great. I watched Smackdown on Netflix tonight through my Urban VPN. Put it to Canada because I was getting a little bit of, what's it called? Pixelation through Singapore. Switch to Canada. Poof, perfect. Urban VPN. Not sponsored. Would love to be sponsored. I'll hawk them all day to help you guys save a penny. And it's not like, go use my code to pay for NordVPN. Go use my code for Surfshark. Nope. Urban VPN. 100% completely free. No, I have not, Palpatine. Been so busy with this new job that I haven't played Fortnite in like a week. And even with that, the Lulu came out yesterday. I want to jump into it. Maybe we play some tomorrow. Maybe we like do that during AEW. We do like a Fortnite watch along thing. I don't know. We'll figure it all out. No. VPNs are not illegal. VPNs are not illegal. They're not illegal. You're not downloading anything. Tell me what did I tell you to download that's illegal? Downloading Urban VPN to your computer is not illegal. A VPN is not illegal. So tell me what I told you that's illegal. Changing your virtual location is not illegal. So try again, Elite. Try again. Destiny 2 more fun. Never got into Destiny myself, Kevin. Never got into Destiny. I played it. I got it. I own it. Never got into it though. Like it's all right. It's one of those games for me. You gotta be playing with friends. I can never get into it playing by myself. Liked it a little more playing with friends, but I just got no friends that play Destiny. So yeah. With all of that, let's talk about this Smackdown that opened up with Michael Cole and Corey Graves on commentary. And Michael Cole goes, so, hold on. I'm getting word. Yeah. Okay. I was supposed to interview Brock Lesnar later, but now I'm being told I got to go to the back because Brock wants to do the interview now. So Michael Cole gets up from commentary and he goes to walk to the back. He's halfway up the aisle and we hear, so Brock Lesnar makes his way out to the ring and Michael Cole kind of just stands there like, what's going on? Brock then picks up Cole and hooks him up over his shoulder, walks down one side of the ring, around past commentary. I think, oh, he's going to go up these stairs. Nope, he walks all the way back around to the other side, up the stairs into the ring. Corey Graves then jumps in the ring, and soon as Corey jumped in the ring, my first thought, soon as Corey got in the ring, I said, oh, Corey's going to take an F5. It was very obvious. So Corey goes over there and he like taps, what's it called? He taps Brock on the shoulder, like, hey, leave Cole alone. Woof. F5. Boom. All the medics and everything come out. Not the medics, but like the officials and the producers and stuff come out to try and stop Brock. And Brock gets them all away, right? And like they got Brock pinned down already. Hulks up. Everyone falls out of the ring except Corey Graves. Brock sees him there and laughs, grabs him again, throws him up. Oh, boom. There you go. There you go. Second F5. Palpatine says, I thought Corey can't get physical. Where have you been? Corey's been physical once or twice since his retirement. This ain't the first time. We've even heard that if Corey wants, there is a chance he could try to train for a match. It's the WWE don't want to clear him for a full match. But yeah. So eventually Brock walks off. They get back into the ring. They tend to Corey Graves and they take him to the back. No, it's not that they left him. It was that Brock hulked up, did the whole throw everybody off of me at once. They all fell out of the ring. But because Corey was already hurt and down from the F5, he didn't have the momentum for his body to move like they did because he was dead weight. So you're not going to fly off of him the same way. It's called physics, bub. So they all fly off of Brock because they're not dead weighted of being already knocked out. And Brock was just quicker than them to grab Corey, throw him up, bada boom, before they can get back in the ring. It wasn't that they're real friends, they left him. No. It's called physics, bub. Brock had so much mass and inertia and woof that he threw them all off so hard that they went flying. But Corey couldn't go flying because his body was dead weighted from being knocked out. So Michael Cole goes back to commentary and is just like, I don't know where to go from here, so let's start the show, basically. Out comes Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. They're defending their WWE Women's Tag Team Championships against Chelsea Green and Alba Fire. So during the break, so the match starts and it's just Michael Cole calling the match, but he's kind of like not fully into it, of course, which always sucks when they do an angle like this where one of the commentary people have to be like sad and dejected and not into calling the show, because then it hurts the match that they're calling, where it makes that match seem less important, you know what I mean? Which is very unfortunate. But then during the break, Miz comes out and Miz joins them for commentary the rest of the night, and it's like, oh, okay, that worked. So we return from a break. Bliss desperately was trying to get the tag to Flair. She almost got the tag, but Flair was pulled from the apron by Alba Fire, which gave Green a chance to continue her attack on Bliss in the ring. Green taunted Flair and ended up missing a shoulder charge to Bliss. This allowed Bliss to finally get the hot tag onto Flair. Flair then teed off with some chops on both Green and Fire before she blasted the latter with a somersault clothesline. Flair then tried to set it for a figure 8, but Green provided a distraction as she had a big boot. Fire went for a roll-up, but really couldn't get the pin. There was a double suplex from the challengers at one point, and that was turned back as Bliss and Flair delivered stereo natural selections to Green and Fire instead. Flair ended up getting the pin on Green and the victory successfully to retain the Women's Tag Team Championships. It was a fine match. I mean, I wouldn't say go out of your way to watch it, but at the same time, I didn't see a botch spot. I didn't see anything wrong with it. I thought all 4 women worked perfect together. So it's like, it's not one of those, oh man, you really gotta go check this match out. This is really good. But it was also it's fine. So backstage, B-Fab was trying to get the Street Profits on the same page because they're doing a we don't really like each other anymore story. She was interrupted by Michin, who told B-Fab Nick Aldis wanted to talk to them about getting a chance at Julia and Kiana James. Montez Ford then told Angelo Dawkins that he was going to talk to Nick Aldis about getting back in the tag picture. like trying to go for the tag titles. Bo Dallas then came up and tried to get in Dawkins' head. Ford got into Dallas's face, but then Eric Rowan attacked the Profits to leave them laying. So it looks like Street Profits might be getting a shot of these tag titles. We then go backstage to R-Truth, who's trying to tell Los Garza how to watch WrestlePalooza. And at one point, so he's like, yeah, just go to the ESPN app and you can buy it from anywhere. The App Store, Google Play Store, your smart TV, it don't matter. And he's over here, telling him that. And he's like, hey, and if you got a cable provider, then you just log in with cable provider and boom, you can watch the show. He looks at Berto and goes, or if you're like you that don't, you can go to watch.espn.com and sign up for ESPN Unlimited. And I'm like, they just fucking lied to their entire fan base. No, you can't just log in with your cable provider. Some can. If you got DirecTV stream only, if you got Fubo, if you got Spectrum, if you got Hulu Live or Verizon Fios. Those 5, that's it. Verizon Fios, Hulu Live, Spectrum, Fubo, and DirecTV stream. Not regular DirecTV with the dish. Stream. So they do that segment. And let's fast forward a little bit. There's another video of Cody telling people how to watch the show. And he does state the 5. He does state the 5, which is good. Then you fast forward a little bit more through this show. And Truth does the same thing again with Phoenix and Motor City Machine Guns there now. Where this time he says, and most cable providers, all you got to do with that is log in with your cable login and you're good to go. No, you're not. He said, you're good to go because most cable providers are setting you up or something like that. And I'm just like, no, they won't. There's 5 of how many cable providers? I know whenever I go on TNT's website to watch TBS, to watch Dynamite, and it says to get full access, it says watch for 10 minutes, but then to get full access to watch longer, log in with the cable provider, right? And when, hold on. I'm just going to do this really fast because look how many 5 will give you this, but look how many cable providers there actually are. Watch this. There are so many cable providers. If you go to TBS, right? And I got to see if I'm even logged in. I might be logged in already, so it might not work. Let's just try this really fast. Let's try this really quick. Go to TBS, click whatever show, right? Let's hope I'm not logged in. Sometimes you are. I am. Okay, I'm not. So let's do this really fast. Oh, I can't even do it. I don't even get a preview today. It says your preview is over. So it says you got a preview, right? So usually it's 10 minutes. It's not even giving me one. So it says sign in for free access, right? Not my provider, whatever. I just want to show you view all providers. Look at how many cable providers there are out there. More than I'm willing to count, right? Look at all these. Look at all these. 5. They're all hooked up with ESPN Plus or ESPN Unlimited. 5 of these, probably 1,000. Maybe not 1,000, but a couple hundred, right? And Truth Satter saying most will hook you up. Most cable providers will hook you up. ASIN Tech ain't hooking you up. Access Montana ain't hooking you up. Elevate Internet ain't hooking you up. i3 Broadband, Hulu, but not i3 Broadband. Not Mitchell Telecom or Minford TV. You ain't getting hooked up for ESPN Unlimited with Twin Lakes or TVC Cable. You are with Verizon. But not Vernon Communications Co-op. Not Wabash Mutual Telephone. Nope. Not even if you're a Warner Brothers Discovery. That's interesting. I've never seen that one before. So if you're a Warner Brothers Discovery employee or guest, you get to watch their channels for free. Okay. Well, that's a cool benefit of working for them. But yes, they lied to us and had Truth lied to us about who gets it. Xfinity? Nope. Wow. Nope. Yondu? Nope. Yelcott Communications? Nope. YouTube TV? Nope. Just saying. But then they aired the Cody video again that did state the 5. If you got these 5, and he named them all off, then you can get access without having to pay, or so whatever Cody said. But yeah. So there's going to be a lot of confusion tomorrow. And the easiest way to do it, if you're not sure, go download Urban VPN and then just change your location to Canada and log in to Netflix. I can show you guys right now. Take 2 seconds. Start off by going to Netflix, right? Log into your Netflix. Leet's looking like he's ready to get banned here. One more of those bullshits and you're getting banned too, buddy. So you go here to Netflix, right? And you go up here, Urban VPN. It's already downloaded, of course, but you just type in Urban VPN Chrome extension. Canada, connected, not connected. Boom. You click play, watch this. See how it's only showing me Raw? Only showing me Raw, but let's refresh. Let's refresh. Now I got Smackdown. Heck, you can watch The Rookie on Netflix. Greatest cop show ever. Some may say NYPD Blue, True Blood, not True Bloods, Blue Bloods. Nope. To me, Rookie. The Rookie. Best cop show ever. Let's get this back off really fast. Nathan Fillion, one of my favorite actors of all time. Anywho. So, also I forgot to mention, after Brock beat up Corey Graves, he went in the back and was leaving and saw Paul Heyman. Paul's there with Braun and Braun. And he looks at Paul and just goes, "We should talk sometime." And Heyman's like, "We should." And Brock leaves. So, Heyman's back on TV, which makes a lot of sense since he was making ESPN appearances this week. But what is that? What is that all about? Brock wants to work with Paul again? Oh, boy. I don't see Paul going back to Brock to turn on Seth to get Brock the belt, though. Like I saw a couple people on Twitter going, "Oh, my God, is Paul only working with Seth so he can help Brock get the belt?" No, I don't see that at all. I don't see that at all. Moving forward, speaking of Paul Heyman, he came to the ring with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Paul Heyman walked down to the ring, did his usual introduction to the Fraxium. Well, actually, Fraxium was in the ring and got beat up by the Vision. And then he said Fraxium reminded him of the Usos because both were down and out, victimized and laying on their backs. Heyman continues to talk when Nathan Frazier and Axiom jump in the ring. They do some springboard drop kicks to Braun and Braun. Paul Heyman jumps out of the ring. Fastest I've ever seen Heyman jump out of a ring before. And the two unleash a barrage of dives that, oh my God, these two guys almost killed themselves. First off, Nathan Frazier does a dive on one side of the ring over by the announce table where him and I think it was Breaker crash in that announce table hard. Then Axiom does a dive over by the ramp side of the ring where his feet catch the ropes and he almost eats shit. Like, holy crap. Nick Aldis then comes out and goes, you know what? Bronson Braun, you want to come out here and cause chaos? How about we have a little match? How about you all just fight? So it's Fraxium versus the Vision. The match was already going on during the break. We joined it in progress. Breaker was working over Axiom in the corner. Axiom fended off Breaker momentarily, but then got thrown overhead instead, right down on his back. Breaker then got a full head of steam and absolutely flattened Axiom with a lariat. Reed then returned and tagged in and continued to pummel Axiom with a senton. Breaker then got the tag once more as he suplexed Axiom before pulling down the straps. He attempted a spear, but was met with a calf kick from Axiom, followed with a Frazier hot tag. Frazier and Reed then staggered. Frazier had Reed staggered with a drop kick and was soaring off the top rope for a frog splash. Reed kicked out at 2. He went for the jagged edge. The Aussie then headed up top for a tsunami, but was stopped temporarily by Axiom. Reed then shoved Axiom below right into a... He basically threw him off the top rope, right into a spear from Braun Breaker. Finished it off with a tsunami and picked up the victory. So there we go. Elite says Braun and Braun are SmackDown guys now. No. Jimmy Uso's the SmackDown guy. So they were coming to SmackDown to get their hands on Jimmy Uso and hopefully Jay the night before the pay-per-view. But what they didn't know was, well, the Usos are already in Indianapolis. So it's not that they're SmackDown guys now. It was they're coming to SmackDown to get their hands on one of their opponents who is a SmackDown guy. But he wasn't there. That's what it was. So after the match, Heyman tried to announce his men as the winners, but were interrupted by a video from the Usos inside the Gainbridge Fieldhouse, where the show will be taking place tomorrow. They basically said that things going to be on lockdown. Welcome to the Uso Penitentiary. So, match wasn't long or anything. I'd call it a shorter television match. But these four guys were great together. Great, as Tony the Tiger would say. So then we got a sizzle reel. All the different WWE appearances this week on ESPN. Triple H, Paul Heyman, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, AJ Lee, Seth Rollins. Just on all different shows. Making all different appearances. Hyping up WrestlePalooza. Nia Jackson comes down to the ring. Jax asks what she was sick of before she took a shot at the crowd here in Toledo. She then went on to say that she's sick of the SmackDown Women's Division, claiming that they're the alpha females, when that ain't true. The truth is that she is the only real alpha female. Jackson took credit for taking Tiffany Stratton out and then says, yeah, I'm really annoyed with Tiffany. Oh, Tiffany time. I'm Tiffany time. I'm Tiffany. She's like making fun of her voice and said, I'm the reason that you didn't get to see her wrestle in NXT. And Jax then took a shot at Jade Cargill and said that, you know, she's nothing more than looks. She said, if I were to trade my body with anybody else's body, yeah, it'd be Jade. And if Jade could trade anything with anybody, it'd be me for my in-ring ability. Because, yeah, she looks good, but once she gets in this ring, she's nothing. She says basically she's got no talent in the ring, and she would take on Tiffany and take out Tiffy time anytime. This then did bring out the women's champion, Tiffany Stratton, who, as you can tell, was very protected tonight to make sure she didn't take any kind of physicality. She comes out and she's all the way at the top of the ramp. All the way at the top of the ramp. And she's just like, Nia, stop. You don't run this division. I'm the champion and I do. No one wants to hear from you or hear what you have to say. She said that Cargill was not a superhero. So she's not here to save the division either. And since Jax and Cargill were committed to acting so delusional, Stratton said that she is going to prove why she is the true WWE Women's Champion. Stratton started to walk down the ring when, of course, she was stopped by a bunch of officials. They're like, no, don't do it. You can't do it. Don't go out there. And then Jade came out. Jade tried to storm the ring, but she was stopped as well before Nick Aldis would come out and go, ladies, ladies, ladies. You all want to claim at the belt? You all want to fight? Next week in Orlando, Florida, the three of you will fight for that WWE Women's Championship in a triple threat match. So Tiffany Stratton next week on SmackDown from Orlando, Florida, will defend the WWE Women's Championship against both Jade Cargill and Nia Jax. Now, this match originally was supposed to take place tomorrow at WrestlePalooza, as we now know, confirmed by WWE, because it's on the T-shirt. T-shirt with all the matches, the card, it's on the T-shirt. Let me get, like I said, another R-Truth video of him telling people, you know, he didn't say anything about, you got to pay $30. Just most cable providers will give it to you. But if you don't have cable, just go to watch.espn.com. Like, what? Okay, then. So, damn, I thought I'd have a little bit in here. Oh, I got one sip. It was a drop. Anyways. U.S. title open challenge. This was a really good match. Sami Zayn defending against Carmelo Hayes. It was also cool that Carmelo's tag partner, I guess you would say, was on commentary. The Miz, who actually assisted him and old Trick Williams beating DIY this past week on NXT. Where I saw people go, why is Miz on this show? He ain't an NXT guy. He was never an NXT wrestler. Actually, technically, Miz was on the first season of the original NXT, not the NXT brand per se that we all know and love today, but when it was NXT rookies and pros together to see who the best rookie is, Miz was on that. He was Daniel Bryan's rookie or pro. So technically, if you think about it, Miz was never an NXT superstar, but he's got connections even going back farther than any of these people on the show on Tuesday with NXT. So Miz is actually one of the oldest NXT people, I guess you would say. Wonder if there's anybody else. Hold on, I want to look really fast. NXT season 1. Who was all on that? Because I want to see who all the pros were, or even the rookies, to see who's still around. You know what I mean? Like Wade Barrett is still around because he won it. Well, let me see really fast. How do we see? Where's like the list of season 1? Let's see. Where would I find NXT season 1 through 5? Here we go. So Wade Barrett with Chris Jericho. Wade's still around. Jericho's gone. David Otunga with Truth. Truth was David Otunga's pro. Okay. Truth's still around. Otunga gone. Justin Gabriel, Matt Hardy, both gone. Heath Slater, Christian, both gone. Darren Young. CM Punk was Darren Young's pro? I don't remember that at all. Okay. Skip Sheffield, William Regal. Don't remember that one, but okay. I really did not remember William Regal being a Ryback's pro on NXT. Holy shit. And then you had Carlito was Michael Tarver's. They're both gone. And then you had The Miz was Daniel Bryan's pro. Can't forget that one. Because then that led to Daniel Bryan coming up to the main roster, feuding with The Miz, winning the U.S. title. It was perfect. They knew that Bryan didn't need to win that. They knew Bryan didn't need to win NXT to be positioned as an up and coming great. That's why Barrett won it, because they saw him as, and this is all God's honest truth. We've learned about this from people in the past. They set up this roster of guys we think are going to be good in the future. The two best guys that they had here, they thought were Daniel Bryan and Wade Barrett. They knew that Bryan didn't need to win this to be, pushed in the fans' eyes or anything of next big guy, or at least a guy that's going to get over big. But they thought Barrett should, because they saw him as a main eventer. They saw him as a top guy. And so this is a good way to push him as that. So, but yeah. Of all the rookies, Wade's the only one still around, but he's not wrestling. And then of the pros, Truth, Punk, Regal, who's in a backstage role, and then Miz. If you look at season 2, let's look at season 2 really fast. I just want to see. We're not going to go through all 5 seasons, but Kaval or Loki was Laycool, all gone. Technically, you can say Michelle McCool's still around with LFG and the podcast. Then you have Michael McGillicuddy or Curtis Axel with Kofi Kingston. Kofi's still around. Alex Riley and The Miz. Alex Riley and The Miz ended up going and spawning off into greatness. I loved Alex Riley with The Miz. When Miz was WWE champion and all of that, like that stuff was really good. What? I do not remember. So I remember Husky Harris being on NXT. I don't remember that Cody was his pro. Holy shit. Then you had Percy Watson with MVP. I remember that. You had Lucky Cannon and Mark Henry. Don't remember that one. John Morrison was the pro of Eli Cottonwood. I bet you nobody remembers Eli Cottonwood. And then you had Zack Ryder was the pro of Titus O'Neil, who is still technically with WWE, but never appears for WWE. This guy on a show that's like The Bachelor, but it's 3 guys trying to get at women. Like, it's weird. I've seen the previews and stuff. It's like just The Bachelor, but there's 3 bachelors and a group of women. What? How is any of that going to get you real love? No. We're here. Let's just go through the rest of them really fast. Vicky Guerrero was Caitlin's pro in season 3. Kelly was Naomi's pro. Primo was AJ Lee's pro. Goldust was Oksana's pro. Alicia Fox was Maxine's pro. And the Bella Twins were Jamie's pro. Jamie, I have no recollection of, to the point where she doesn't even have a Wikipedia page. You can't even click on it to see who she is. Then season 4. R-Truth was Johnny Curtis's, who ended up being Fandango. Then Alberto Del Rio was Brodus Clay's, but then Ted DiBiase Jr. and Maurice became, what? That's weird. Okay. Daniel Bryan was the pro for Derek Bateman, also known as EC3. Dolph Ziggler was Byron Saxton's pro after Chris Masters was his pro to start. Oh, that's how it is. Okay. And then Connor O'Brien, who just became Connor of the Ascension, this is also weird. The whole, you start with one pro and then you get another pro, and is this pro and that, they're switching pros. Jacob Novak, I don't know who that is either. He doesn't have a Wikipedia page. And then the final season, which was Redemption, which means if you lost in the previous season, you can come back. Derek Bateman with Daniel Bryan. Garen Young with Chavo and JTG. Titus O'Neil with Hornswoggle as his pro. What the fuck? Connor O'Brien with Vladimir Kozlov. Lucky Cannon with Tyson Kidd. Byron Saxton with Yoshi Tatsu. And then Jacob Novak again with JTG. Who is this freaking Jacob Novak? I know we're way off topic, but yeah. Jacob Novak. Looks like goddamn a mix between Jesse from Jesse and Festus and Josh Matthews. What the shit? I don't know this guy at all. I have no recollection of this guy ever. Ever. He hasn't tweeted since 2011. His whole bio is still WWE. WWE NXT rookie Jacob Novak views WWE from a business standpoint and believes that he's not only WWE's next breakout star, he's WWE's next bankable star. And then the link here is nxt.wwe.com, which I don't even know if that link works anymore. It just takes you to the NXT page. Okay, then. The last thing Jacob Novak tweeted in 2011 was, I like the country China. I have no clue who you are. No recollection of this guy. Also, the original NXTs were... Let's see. 2010 through 2011. And there was supposed to be a 6th season that never ended up happening. That was supposed to feature in 2012. Big E, Bo Dallas, Damian Sandow, Jinder Mahal, Unico, Leo Kruger, Seth Rollins, and Xavier Woods. But then they ended up just making NXT a brand instead. So, yeah. Because WWE in 2017 actually published an article about how, hey, we were going to do one more season of NXT. These were going to be the competitors, but then we decided, you know what? Let's just make a full new brand. Let's turn NXT into a brand instead. That would have been an interesting season. Because you have Big E Langston, Bo Dallas, Damian Sandow, Jinder Mahal, Unico, Leo Kruger, who became Adam Rose, Seth Rollins, and Woods. Well, Woods ended up just basically skipping NXT and going straight to the main roster. Seth and Jinder were in the first ever NXT title match, with Seth winning it. Again, Leo Kruger eventually became Adam Rose. Unico, I guess you could say, became Sin Cara. Damian Sandow skipped NXT and went straight to the main roster. Big E, former NXT champion. Bo, former NXT champion. So that would have been an interesting season, because those are all, other than Unico and I guess you would say Leo Kruger, the rest were all pretty big names, or at least eventually became pretty big names. I mean, Big E, Bo, Damian Sandow, Jinder, Seth, and Woods. That would have been an interesting one. But back to SmackDown. You see how much I cared about this SmackDown. We had the U.S. Open Challenge, Sami Zayn versus Carmelo Hayes. Pretty good match. Again, another solid Sami Zayn title match. Not as good as the one last week with Ray Phoenix, but still really good. So there's a lot of back and forth early on. After a break, Hayes had the upper hand on Zayn. The challenger then had his foe floored with a leg drop for a near fall. At one point, though, Zayn did head to the top rope, and Hayes recovered from a DDT and avoided a high-risk attempt. Hayes, however, couldn't avoid Zayn's Michinoku driver and Sami got a near fall off of it. Hayes caught Zayn on the button and hit him with a big knee to the face as he headed up to the top for a frog splash. Zayn got his knees up at the last second. Excuse me. Hayes then Zayn then got his knees up at the last second, which sent Hayes scurrying into the corner. After another commercial break, Zayn attempted an exploder suplex in the corner, but Hayes managed to block it. On the apron, Zayn got dropped with a flip over the ropes by Hayes, which had him in a had his wrist caught up in the middle rope. Hayes then headed to the top for a frog splash, but couldn't really gear the victory. He only got like a 2 off of it. He went for the first 48, successfully being countered though into a blue thunder bomb. 1, 2, no. This looked good. Hayes then lifted Zayn up for a cutter, followed by a springboard neckbreaker on the U.S. champion. Zayn then managed to avoid a nothing but net, hit a blue thunder bomb, and pin. Carmelo Hayes do pick up the victory. Sami Zayn and still United States champion. Again, another solid match. The question is, who takes the challenge next week? Sami said he's going every week. So I wonder who gets it next week. Miz? Maybe? I don't know. Maybe Miz be like, hey, Carmelo, let me show you how it's done. And then he loses as well. So we go into the back in Nick Aldis' office, and he's there with Kit Wilson, of all people. Damian Priest storms in, and he's all pissed off about Aleister Black. And Wilson was like, hey, you need to calm down, basically, calling it a case of toxic masculinity. And so he, for his troubles, got thrown through a wall. Okay. We then got the second half of our retrospective, looking back at the careers of John Cena and Brock Lesnar and their rivalry. Then we got the card for WrestlePalooza. Opening up the card tomorrow will be Brock Lesnar versus John Cena. We then have AJ Lee and CM Punk versus Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. Jimmy and Jey Uso versus The Vision, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. The Women's World Championship will be on the line in Io Sky versus Stephanie Vicaire. And in the main event of tomorrow's show, it's Cody Rhodes defending against Drew McIntyre. Then we get this video of Solo as he's shown, or as he said, he has showed appreciation Tonga Loa for showing loyalty to him since day one. He said that he owed it to Tonga to be a champion, and his loyalty would be renewed as long as Tonga was part of his family. Tonga then said that he loved Solo, and the video ended. Basically, he just said, I want the U.S. title back, and Tonga Loa is going to help me win it. That's all it was. He just said, I want the U.S. title back. Tonga Loa is going to help me win it. So that's all it was. Nothing special. It was didn't even need a video on the show. But with that, before we get into our main event angle, main event segment, whatever you want to say, let's hear from our sponsor, Factor. Let's be real. Life moves fast and dinner shouldn't slow you down. That's where Factor comes in. Factor 75 delivers fresh, never frozen meals straight to your door so you can skip the grocery store, the prep, and the cleanup. Just heat and eat and get back to crushing your day. Whether you're keto, calorie conscious, or just want to eat clean without sacrificing flavor, Factor has chef-crafted options that actually taste like real food. Maybe you want pancakes for breakfast, chicken for lunch, and a steak for dinner. Factor has you covered. And here's the kicker. These meals are ready to go in just 2 minutes. That's less time it takes to scroll through your delivery app and regret your choices. So if you want to fuel your hustle without any hassle, then sign up for a Factor 75 subscription today. Use our code below, scan the QR code on the screen, or use our link in the description to get 50% off your order. Eat smart, live fully with Factor. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. As far as this main event segment does go, it was the contract signing for the WWE Championship match tomorrow night at WrestlePalooza. In the ring with Smackdown General Manager Nick Aldis. He calls out the challenger Drew McIntyre, the champion Cody Rhodes. The surly Scotsman made his way to the ring and immediately took a mic. Before he could utter a word, though, the theme of Cody Rhodes hit and he came out. Once both men were in the ring, the champion took the mic. He said that 15 years ago today, he and McIntyre won the tag team championships and that no one wasn't talking about it. Mainly because it wasn't his or McIntyre's story. It was the story of the people. And they didn't care about the lore and wanted to see these two fight. Rhodes listed McIntyre's past accolades. I can't speak right now. As he said that he was a, quote, keyboard warrior as of late, which then urged McIntyre to do some talking on social media because it's like last time he'd get one up on him. McIntyre then did show, hey, I just sent a tweet. It says, thank you, Cody, which was very funny. McIntyre responded to this match without interference or shortcuts was what he wanted all along before he called Rhodes a cardboard champion that was unwilling to compromise the main event of WrestlePalooza. McIntyre said that the crowd would eventually turn on Cody and then I wrote this weird. They'd eventually turn on Cody, and all he'd be left with is the crowd saying Drew was right. Rhodes fired back, asking McIntyre what would happen if to his legacy now. What would it be? He lost to him on the first ever ESPN era PLE. As both men signed the contract, McIntyre delivered a blinding headbutt to Rhodes, and then attacked Rhodes at ringside. McIntyre had Rhodes down like he was going to claymore him through the announce table, but then thought better of it because then he remembered. He said, Cody, I'm not going to claymore you through this table because I need you to be able to show up tomorrow. Basically saying, last time I did this, you were gone for a month. Oh, no. Oh, no, you're showing up tomorrow. No excuse. McIntyre then tried to walk away, but Cody jumped in the ring and did a big old dive through the ropes onto McIntyre on the outside. The two continued to fight until referees and Nick Aldis and officials broke it all up. As the producers tried to get McIntyre away, he turned around, ran back down the ramp, and boom, kicked Cody right in the head. We then end Smackdown with them telling us tomorrow is WrestlePalooza, and this is our main event. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, a good end to Smackdown, but unfortunately, and I'm not saying this because I don't like Cody or anything, but unfortunately, Cody's probably winning tomorrow. I would have loved to see Drew retain. I would have loved, or not retain, win the title. I think we are so past overdue. Drew needs to win that belt. Drew needs to be WWE champion. Drew McIntyre was a phenomenal champion during the COVID era, of course. But yeah, I want Drew McIntyre to get the title back. But with that was Friday Night Smackdown. An okay show. Wouldn't call it great, but I wouldn't call it bad either. If I was voting, I might vote I liked it instead of just it was all right. Because the fact of the main event angle was really good. I will say that. And then that Vision versus Fraxium match was fun for what it was. But with that, you know what I thought of the show. Now it's time to hear what you guys thought of the show. So let's check the polls. Let's go refresh all these polls. 1, 2, 3. So as far as the Threads poll does go, 59% liked the show, 23% thought it was just all right, and 18% didn't like it. Looking at the Twitter X poll, 80% liked the show, 13% thought it was just all right, and 6% didn't like it. As far as the... That's a weird comment, but okay. As far as the community poll does go, 81% liked the show, 12% thought it was just all right, and 7% didn't like it. Looking at the live poll, 77% liked the show, 16% thought it was just all right, and 8% didn't like it. And finally, as far as Twitch does go, 67% liked the show, 33% thought it was just all right. So with that, guys, that is going to wrap everything up. I want to say thank you for joining us here. Twitch.tv/PW Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. With that, we know for sure Going to be live tomorrow following WrestlePalooza. We might be live during AEW All Out. I don't know if I'm going to do a watch along yet, like a game stream watch along thing. I don't know yet, but I know for sure we'll do a quick little review of All Out and a full review as well of WrestlePalooza. With that, guys, have a great rest of your Friday night. I'll see you right back here tomorrow. Guess you would say for both All Out and WrestlePalooza, because we're going to talk about all of it. It's just, yeah. So with that, guys, have a great night, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one, guys.